What if I don't want to get married and don't want to have children?
And what if I'm obsessed with getting married and have children?
You're watching Double Trouble channel. This video is inspired by
The letter written by Ksenia Adons.
on a substack called
Yes, I do.
Don't.
So, Lena, what's wrong with getting married? Why don't you want to get married?
It's not that I don't want to get married, but I will be honest. I never, ever, growing up, was obsessed or even thought about even the idea of getting married, because this was never my purpose in life. I was always more concentrated on other things. Among those things were always traveling. I was always obsessed to see the world. This was probably number one. Then I was obsessed of getting a really good education, etc., etc.
Okay.
Maybe this is wrong.
Can I ask you also, do you think you were actually damaged by our parents'
For sure.
very messy marriage?
For sure, our parents had messy marriage, how Yulia already described, and I didn't have this amazing example in my life where I would fantasize marriage as this fairy tale when you get married and all your troubles go away and you are happy. I never thought like this. What about you?
Me neither. To be honest, I think it's quite a positive thing as well, because I think a lot of people fantasize and romanticize it, and then they are very disappointed. So I think a lot of people get married very young, very early, way too early, and then they are super depressed. We're 38 and we have lots of friends who are already divorced, and a lot of our friends, female friends, were obsessed with getting married, and then a couple of years later they said that everything is completely different from what they hoped it would be.
I would probably say here that I think it's a bad thing, because my image of marriage was always negative. Like, I didn't think that it's this positive, amazing thing. That's why I think I never even tried to look for a husband.
I never thought that this is the most important thing in my life, but I always thought it's better to have very few relationships and wait until 40, 50, doesn't matter, but find the right person. I've never wanted to get married just for a wedding, marriage, the status, or something like this. So for me, it's okay to be single until you find the right person. I never wanted a baby, just a baby, without knowing who you want the baby from. So what I think is, you can look at our situation from both positive and negative side. From one point, I'm happy that I don't have one or two marriages in the past and divorces and all of these very negative experiences, not of someone else but me in the relationship, in marriages. And I think it is a very good thing, because I would never get divorced like 2 or 3 times and still be very optimistic about finding the right person. I'm always very, very curious how people can get married like 3 times and still be looking for someone. But I think we're going away from the most important thing.
To me, it's incredibly important how the society looks at you, first of all, if you're single or if you're in the relationship. So currently I am single, Yulia is in the relationship. We are twins, sisters, if you don't know. And I can tell you how the society looks at me. Yulia can tell you how the society looks at Yulia. We're very lucky with our family, and I can tell you that our mom or our dad never ever asks questions like this. Thank you for that. But I had a couple of times questions like, so Lena, when are you going to start dating someone, because the time has already come, blah, blah, blah. And to me, this is always really weird, because I don't think that this works like this. It's not like you go to the store and you buy the relationship
Or you decide,
marriage.
I'm
Yeah.
ready, and tomorrow you meet someone.
I'm probably one of those people that still thinks that if it's a destiny, it will happen no matter where. And if it's not, it won't happen. Even if you're on Bumble and you go to 3 dates a day, if it's not meant to be, it won't happen.
My opinion, both women and men give way more value to women if they are in a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have noticed it when maybe a year ago, I remember when I started complaining to you that when I talk to a lot of my friends or relatives, they ask me at first about my boyfriend, and then, for example, about
Yeah.
our mom, who is currently battling
me
cancer.
as well.
Yeah, but our mom is battling cancer. So I think the first person who everyone should ask about is our mom. It's the first. If you don't really know my boyfriend and nothing extraordinary is happening in his life, it's a strange thing to ask about him. You can ask about him, but should be third thing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mom, then you, because people know you, but not him. And it's always like, why? Sometimes it feels like people are more interested in him and his life than me and my life.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But still, like your value is now higher because
doesn't
you're
make
in the
sense.
relationship. Then later you will get married, your value is even higher. Then later you have kids, your value is even higher. But then
But
I have
is
a
it though?
question. I have a question to our viewers.
In general, is someone in a relationship more interesting,
Yeah.
more charismatic? Would you like to get to know a person more if this person is in a relationship or single? Do you think if someone is single, it's their fault and there is something wrong?
Yeah, this person is not interesting enough, or this person needs to somehow get, I don't know, more hobbies, or, you know, do something to bring more value.
I wanted also to say about societal pressure on women.
Yeah.
So this summer, I was asked by my uncle, why am I not getting married? Because he asked if I'm not afraid for my boyfriend to find someone else while I'm away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Or how did he say? He said
He'll
he'll run
run
away
away.
to someone else.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, and that's what I told him, I said no, because it doesn't matter if we are married or not. If he'll decide to leave or he'll run away, as he said, it doesn't matter if we're married or not, he can still do it. And it's going to be worse, in my opinion, because even like all these legal troubles and everything, it's just not worth it. Basically, in his words, at least how I heard it, it's not that important for him to stop loving me. It's more important for him to be tied to me.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult to leave me. So if he's already married, even if he cheats or flirts or whatever, or falls in love, he will maybe consider it twice. Oh, maybe I shouldn't leave because it's so difficult. We're already married.
I do understand why people want to be in a relationship. Of course, I want to be in a relationship because it's easier tough, not only from the pressure from the society. I think the first, for me, basic thing is security. It's way easier when, in terms of like, even when you rent an apartment, you're not afraid to like fall asleep, to live on your own. You're not afraid in the evening to walk on the street. So first, for me, okay, it won't sound very romantic, but is the security. This is the first thing. The second thing is, of course, you feel more protected because you're not on your own, protected not only from the security point of view, but also from the materialistic point of view. Because if for some reason, I don't know, something happens and you're unemployed, then you're not at risk because your partner can help you. Of course, it's very important to have love, but I think it's incredible our days bonus, because I also understand that if you were, for example, together more than, I don't know, 30 years, probably it's not like you're madly in love with each other, and it's okay. But still, there is this person next to you that could be your friend and partner in crime. So yeah, this is amazing. But still, I think that your value shouldn't be higher only because you have someone next to you. So I want to include here the comment that we received under
there
our
was
last short. I just remember it very well. It says one word: expired. Expired because you're 38 and you're saying that you're not single. So you have this label on you that you're expired. And I think it's extremely cruel, and I really don't understand why women have to even receive those sorts of comments, because it's not only cruel, it's just absurd to say something like this. Only because you're 38, it doesn't mean that you're expired.
To be honest, I think it's one of the least
It's just the last one, and I remember
rude
it very, very well.
rude comments in
Yeah.
terms of about the age. I was more surprised when we filmed a video about dating and how difficult it is for women, because we judge from our perspective. And we received a lot of comments from men saying that no successful man ever wants to date a woman above, I believe, 25,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
it
was
was
like something
ridiculous.
very
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
So the point was that you're worthless now because you've already been in a relationship with one or two or several men, and that's it. You're worthless. So for a guy, when he's 40, it's totally fine. He's successful. And for a girl, if you're not married until 25, that's it.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please let us know, would you want to get married, or are you already married, divorced? Do you have children? Do you think it's okay not to want to have children in the first place?
We really appreciate if you leave us comments. It's very
Yeah.
interesting to read your opinions.
Yep. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.